Second video, trigger warning, viewer discretion advised.
4 months later, OP posted an update. To make things short, my wife died and I'm a widower. You may say, what the F after reading this? But she did die. It was suicide. We met shortly after the email she sent me. Believe it or not, it was not pretty. I thought that I could keep myself together, but I ended up going crazy. Never have I cried so much in my life, and never have I been so used in my life. I honestly, sincerely, deeply felt the meaning of betrayal. My conversation with her was basically me just repeating, why'd you do this to me? How could you do this to me? Why did you marry me? And why did you have to tell me this now? She didn't really give a clear answer to my questions. She was mostly quiet, and she only gave answers that made me even more emotional. One thing I do remember was her saying, I'm sorry. After more meaningless conversations, I said I wanted a divorce. Not loving me was one thing, but to deceive me for over a decade is another. She agreed to it. Since we agreed to a year of separation before marriage, we got separated and that was that. I told her to sincerely F off and to never show herself in front of me ever again. And then she died. A week after my wife left, I got a phone call from my mother-in-law telling me that my wife died. She took pills and didn't wake up again. She didn't leave a note or any messages to anyone. She just left for good and that was that. The funeral took place, but I couldn't go. My best friend went, and I hope she's happy with that. It's been 3 months since she died. A deep trauma has taken place inside of me, and I've been seeking therapy since. It hasn't gotten better, but with that, I'm at least functioning at the bare minimum of a human being, at least. I don't think I'll ever find a resolution from this incident. My life has been torn apart, and my entire self can't function the way it used to. If this post is a mess, I'm sorry. This is the best that I can do. Some of you may find my story disturbing or even think that I made it up. I don't really care if you find it a lie. I myself have a hard time believing this, and I'm still processing it. This is the last post that I will ever make. There is no meaning in life anymore, but for me, I'll have to go on.
Okay, let me go ahead.
So
let me go first.
Yeah, go ahead, Marlon.
Let me go first. Because I'm just literally going to repeat what I said yesterday. I didn't believe the story at all, even from the beginning. Now, I'm going to tell you the story of why I didn't believe it at the beginning, and then I'll tell you why it cemented it in the second story. The first story is, I could not for the life of me figure out, even if this was true, what the hell was the wife's end game? Like, I don't know where you was going being married with somebody. I can't see myself being infatuated with somebody so damn much that I'm willing to just be in your presence that I have to go marry somebody else just so I can be in your presence. I can see now, don't get it twisted. Please do not get it twisted. Date somebody to be in the presence of somebody that you really like? Yeah.
That's weird too.
That's weird and it's stupid,
some weird
but it
shit
has
too.
happened. It has happened. I have literally seen people date other people because they like the boyfriend / girlfriend friend. I have seen it. It's weird.
I'm with you. I'm with you where I want to date you. You ain't giving me no time. So I shift to plan B, which is your homegirl, because y'all both are at the table. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kick it with her, but I'm not kicking it with her to get with you. I'm going with plan B.
Nope.
That makes sense to me.
Nope.
But I'm dating her so that I can be close to you?
Yep.
That sounds like a 1980s romantic comedy movie.
That sounds like high school crap. It sounds like high school crap, but they do it all the time. I'm going to date. I want you. You turn me down, so I'm going to date your friend just to see if I can change your mind, just so you can see how good of a person I am, that I treated your friend so well that you get so jealous that you won't.
That's how you get turned into the jump off. Ladies, don't do that. That's how you get turned into the jump off. That's when us guys get together because we figure out what you're doing and we realize that's how sprung you are. And next thing you know, you being passed around the crew. Don't do it, ladies. It's not worth it. It's a trick. Do not do that. You might think it won't happen to you, but I'm telling you, you end up being a jump off before you know it.
Okay, let me move on. So what I was going with,
I'm just trying to help people. This is a PSA.
I appreciate it. Help. So
Last
anyway,
PSA,
that's
you
why I
wouldn't even
said
like it.
I can't see myself you marrying somebody just so you could be in the presence of the friend that you infatuated with. That was just.
I have seen it.
I was never being infatuated with somebody so much that I would marry the friend just so I could be in your presence. That I have literally said, look, you don't have to say, I have literally told a woman, look, you really don't have to say anything to me. I just want to be where you at. And then I got sick and tired of it and I married her. So I see that happening. However, that was my deal was I can't see.
And then you got sick and tired of it and you married?
Yeah, I don't know what he said. He lost me.
I got sick and tired of doing that, so I just wanted to be in her presence all the time, so I just married her. Because she was
so in other words, you used a pickup line. That's all right.
To weird places, and I didn't have the money to get into that club and all that other stuff. So I don't got time for that. So
and he ran game. That's all. He ran game. He decided, hey, I want to be with her, and I can't play where she playing at. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come at her like this right here. Look, me and you, I can see us together, but you can't see it right now, and that's okay. I respect that, and I want you to live your life and be happy. Just know that I'm your friend and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? He did that bullshit, and then after he was there for a minute, he was like, "Hey." Hey, it's all right. I did a similar thing with mine upstairs, man. I did the same thing. I was like, hey, you having trouble with finance? I'm a finance major. I'll be willing to help you. Hey.
But Susan, that was my second point. I'm so ignoring Thea's right now. This point, it ain't even funny. So Susan, that was my second point. That was the part of the second half of the story. We have listened to so many Reddit stories where we break up and cheating and blah, 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 and everything else. We've heard the stories where the person changes their mind and woe is me, and I'm going to call you for as long as I can and text you for as long as I can and even come by the house unannounced for as long as I can, blah, blah, blah. This dude flat out just came out of nowhere and said, she dead. She unalive. 3 days ago, we held a conversation. So I'm looking at, wait a minute. 3 days ago, you held a conversation. You disagreed with her, so she decided to unalive herself. Meanwhile, she had absolutely no problem being married to your ass for 10 years. Bruh, come on.
I'm not following what you're saying, dog. Can you clear that one up for me a little bit?
Okay. The 0 to 100, the story went from 0 to 100 a little too fast for me. Like I said, we've seen videos of people who, even if it ends this way, it was months and months and months of calling and texting and stopping by the house and talking to the family and blah, blah, blah. This dude just sit there and talk about she unalived herself after 3 days ago. He was talking to her at some cafe or whatever. He never did say.
Because she said,
I don't know.
Divorce.
So first of all, you have to keep in mind, this is some 16-year-old kid's attempt at writing a story. So give him some slack. Then, all right, let's go into the story and pretend the story is real. You told me you are married to me because you in love with my best friend.
Yep.
I mean, you're not in love with me. So at that moment, we are done. We are divorced. Like, even if we ain't divorced on paper or nothing, our relationship is done. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then, a few days later, you choose to take the exit. Okay. We don't know how long after the event. Well, he says a couple days after the event, he's writing this. So, in that particular case, it ain't even really set on him really yet. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. And in another hand, that ain't his woman. That's the other dude's woman. So how much you want him to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you done told me in the span of a week, you done told me my whole adult relationship life is a lie. I'm a sucker and a fool. And now you have exited the mortal realm. Yeah, man. Hey, what happened to old Shorty? Is she gone? Yeah, she did.
Mortal coil.
But okay, so let's continue to believe the story is real then, because I have a question, and I gave this question yesterday, Anna. I said this exact same question, so I throw it to you, Theas. Not push it on you. I literally want your opinion on it, because if we were to believe that this story is real, because of the guy flat out said he wants a divorce, I'm done with you. Did she unalive herself because of the divorce from him? Or did she unalive herself because she understands that the divorce from him will permanently separate her from the friend?
Neither. For a person, in my opinion, and unfortunately I've been all too close to some people who have chosen to take the express lane.
Me too.
Neither of those situations are probably what pushed this person to the end. They were already, in a way, destined to walk this path. There was something psychological and emotionally broken that they were patching together their identity and their value through dreams, through false concepts, through all types of imagining. And so now the house of cards is crumbling, and any link to who the person is falling apart. So the marriage is not the marriage itself that's the problem, that losing the marriage itself that's the problem. It's that without the marriage, that's part of my identity gone. It's not that now that I'm divorced, I won't be around the best friend. Nah. Now that I'm divorced, what does that say about me? Am I a discard? Am I so easy to be thrown away? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying.
all this stuff starts falling in, but it's not the individual pieces because, and I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, folks, but I'm just saying what I've experienced and learned through life. And I've been through my own particular bout of depression, you know, many, many, many years ago. But you're not thinking in a straight line. Okay? It's not about logical things. Logic's in there. It's in there, but it's working against you. Like, the more you try to figure it out, the more you start adding parts to the equation that really shouldn't be in the thing. And then you become so overwhelmed, and then you start wondering, well, what is my value? Why am I here? Right? I've destroyed his life. I destroyed his life. I didn't destroy my life. I'm just a horrible person, and everywhere I go, I cause pain and destruction. The world would be better without me. That's where a person goes. And if something doesn't intervene the way they need it to intervene, you're going to be too late. You know, and that's what I would say. If this was a true story, that would be my explanation for why she chose that route.
True story. A friend of mine unalived herself just a couple of days before our 9th grade started because she was bullied so hard. And that entire high school, oh, they cried. They mourned her life. I was the one who actually got pissed. I stood up and I screamed at everybody. You all didn't give two shits about this person when she was actually alive, hurting, could have used all of this. I couldn't stay. It was so hypocritical.
Yeah. I told y'all recently that we buried my niece. And
I'm sorry.
She was only 13. She was only 13 years old. Beautiful girl.
Mm-hmm.
Kind as all. I personally didn't know her because she was my niece through marriage, and like I'd never had the opportunity to actually deal with her directly. First time I'm seeing this beautiful little girl is laying in a box in a high school gym with the whole town there. Okay. And I had to get up and leave because the rage was building in me. Because one, the message that was being said to the people in the auditorium, I ain't really kick it with some of that. But like you just said, Anna, and like I've been telling my girls, all three of them got in the speech multiple times. But it really, the last time I had to deliver the speech to my two youngest, it broke me into tears because I take leadership very seriously. I take being a good person very seriously. I crack jokes, and yeah, I can be pretty hard-assed on certain things, but I care deeply, and I protect those that I can protect. Yeah. And what I get across to my girls is, you don't know. Someone out there is watching you, and this goes for grown people. So don't sit here and think I'm only talking about kids. This is you on your job. This is you when you go to the gas station. This is you when you're in the grocery store. I don't give a fuck where you are. Somebody somewhere is in a state and you cannot see it. You cannot tell it just to look at them. Everything that they're doing is to hold the pain inside. And they're just hoping each day they've already planned to self-exit. And because each day they're just hoping for some sign to say that there's something in this world that's worth being here for. And you might be that person. And all you did was say, when they were standing in your way to get to the eggs, "Excuse me, ma'am." And that was all you said, but it was a kind word. And they ain't heard no kind words in days. You know what I'm saying? And you might have just saved that person another day on this planet. Right? Kids, especially when you're talking about being in school, please, parents, talk to your children. Help them understand. At every school, at every grade level, there's at least one kid. We all know, because we went to school, we all know there's at least that one kid that is always the butt of the joke. Always. Everybody can crack on that kid. That's your next person that might be exiting. Okay? You need to teach your kids to be that one that when you see that kid, you don't join in on the jokes. And I'm not telling you to tell your kid to run out there and be, Captain Save them, and then they become the butt of all the jokes. But these things run in cycles. So as soon as the moment is over, that's what I tell my girls. As soon as that moment is over, you do not join in. You stand, if you're there, you are stoic. You are not joining in what's happening. Mm-hmm. And the moment it's over, or the moment you can see where you can insert yourself safely, you step between that child and what's going on. Or if you can't do it when it's happening, you immediately go to that child and you engage that child. Are you okay? I'm here. It's okay. Just teach your kids to care. And the best way to teach your kids to care is you need to care.
Yeah.
You can't be a bully. You can't indulge in mess and chaos and trivial shit all day long, thinking that this ain't coming downstream to your kids. So I'm sorry, I got on my soapbox again, but this is real serious to me, man. See, no one should be leaving this earth before whenever their bell is supposed to ring. Something external should take you from here. So I'm real serious about this, folks, man. Just Talk to your kids. Be human with them. If you were an asshole in high school, talk about how you were an asshole in high school. Don't create a new environment. Don't create a new you. Tell them how you were, what you learned from it, and what you wish you could have done different. You know? So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that really bothers me, man, because we got young people. That's one of the leading things for teenage girls.
Yep.
Teenage girls are leaving at a rapid rate from bullying, digital bullying,
and bullying
in-person bullying
has gone through the roof because of the ability of reach now.
Yep. And then also we got these false, we've always had it, but now it's different, right? So like when we were younger, we had the situation where everybody was like, the girls especially, because women are always judged by their ability to represent youthfulness and vitality, right? Because at the base level, we're all animals. And men are chasing women for procreation. Like it's embedded in our DNA, and women are looking for the suitable mate.
Right.
So that's why they oftentimes get attracted to the wrong type of guy, because he's peacocking the right behaviors, right? So that's why that shit happened. But we got to make sure that we are really protecting our girls, because now they're being flooded. It's not just a magazine that comes out once a month. Now what actually appears to be what you're supposed to be is an Instagram model. And when you turn on Instagram, there's 3,000 women that look perfect. And because there's so many of them, you think you're supposed to look like that. Now understanding that's 3,000 women from around the world. There's 350 million people in America. Okay. You look the way you look for a couple reasons. 1, genetics. 2, effort. 3, diet. That's it right there. Okay. But you are being held up against Ashanti looking people all the time. And you 15 years old trying to figure out who you are and where you fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I that's what scares me. That one right there. Sorry, Marlon. You did it.
Oh, no, that's okay. You can step down from your soapbox and then I'll step up onto it.
Floor is yours, my brother.
Mine is a little shorter, but still. I'm not taking away anything that you and Anna, Diaz and Anna has gone through. I'm not. I'm literally agreeing with absolutely positivity. Everything is, and I'm not even saying, but it's not a but. I'm just taking it from a different perspective on things. Let's take self-unaliving out of the equation. Let's take bullying out of the equation. Let's take those two elements out of the equation. You need to get on the phone tomorrow and tell your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, you love them. You don't need to wait until it's over to shed your tears, to hoop and holler, to woe is me. You don't need to wait to the end to show your appreciation for the people that's in your life now, right now. I know it's a little weird. I know it is a little weird to tell Anna and Diaz and Tracy and the people that's watching the show, I love them. I know it's weird Because we had a tradition where it got to be years and years and years and years and years of acknowledging them and knowing them and blah, 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 and everything else. And what have they done for you and everything else? No, I tell them I love them because that's my form of telling them I appreciate them while they're still here. Not after they're gone. Because, see, they can't hear you after they're gone. It's an old meme, and yes, we're in the United States where we always got to give a slogan to something for us to get a point across. But the slogan is, give me my flowers now. So that, I'm not going to play you like you dumb. You know what that means. Appreciate the people. Let them know you appreciate them now. Right now. It ain't got to be a tragedy going on in their life. It ain't got to be a tragedy going on in your life. Everything could be copacetic. Everything could be cool. And you still need to call them and go, you know what, man? You know what, sis? You know what, cuz? You know what, bruh? You know what, friend? I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. And thank you for the things you're going to do in the future.
You're muted.
You're muted. You got so much to say. You're muted.
I was going to say, well, the moment's passed. So I'm going to leave it alone.
What? The point.
I actually.
Woo. What you say is a sad show.
The funny thing is, I've been going through this. I very recently lost my cousin. She was 53. She had something very, very like COVID, but it wasn't COVID. I had to go and tell like everybody that I was talking to that I knew, I love you. I appreciate you. And I am absolutely lucky that those were that I had just sent, because I'm thinking about you. I love you. Those were my last words to her. I'm so lucky for that. You do go through this, you realize, damn, life is short. And I gotta say it. I gotta say it. It's funny that it takes us their everyday moments. But it takes us something like death to realize how much those everyday moments count. So, I love you all.
All right, we got to move on because Foxy said this is a very sad episode.
I'm sorry,
I love y'all
Foxy.
too. I love y'all too.
I love you all.
Love all the people out there who just happened to do the bank thing. Just make sure you take care of the kids.
I love you all. That wife
and I love you if you leave.
No, I don't love you at all. I don't give a rat's.
If you leaving swirls in the tub, swirls in the bowl, I love you too. You just nasty.
I don't love you. No. Two people I can honestly say I don't love. I don't love the little lady that's using the damn bathroom to shit it up, and I don't love the lady that taking bites out of a piece of cake. I don't give a damn about you. I don't care.
You gotta let that hurt go.
I ain't let that hurt go. I refuse to let that go. Refuse.
Now that evil grandma, now that one.
You think the evil grandma is worse than the little beaver that's sitting there eating little pieces of cake?
Yes.
Wow. 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 That's
Oh, okay.
no.
We all just need a little bit more Red House in our life.
No,
Will
we
you
don't.
make sure your life is one that is good?
No. We don't need no more Red House in our life.